I'm leading. What the expletive do I do now? Those words came from Shane van Gisbergen, broadcast live over his own team radio, in the middle of a NASCAR Cup Series race. Not a joke written for television. Not a scripted moment. A real transmission, caught by his crew and picked up by national broadcasters, at the exact second he found himself out front on an oval track for the first time in a short track race. His spotter and crew chief had no immediate answer either. The team's response came back just as blunt: I don't know. Go straight. That single exchange, on the night of July 19, 2026, at North Wilkesboro Speedway, tells you everything about where the story started and how far it has come. For 2 full seasons, Shane van Gisbergen was not supposed to be a name mentioned in the same breath as leading laps on a short track. He was the road course specialist. The import. The guy who could win on twists and chicanes but was expected to fade into the pack the moment NASCAR turned onto a banked oval. On that July night, none of that history matched what was happening on the racetrack in front of him. NASCAR Voltage is closing in on 500 subscribers, and every one of you watching right now is part of getting this channel there. If you want more breakdowns like this one, built entirely on real quotes, real race data, and real audio from inside the sport, hitting subscribe helps this channel keep going. Your support is what allows deeper, more detailed NASCAR stories like this one to keep getting made. Before North Wilkesboro, before the radio call that went viral, there was a much longer road, and it started with doubt that was, by every measure, earned. Shane van Gisbergen arrived in NASCAR as a decorated 3-time Supercars champion and a 3-time Bathurst 1000 winner from Australia's touring car scene. He made his Cup Series debut with a win at the 2023 Chicago Street Race, instantly building a reputation as a road course specialist. By 2025, in his first full-time Cup season, he had turned that reputation into a near monopoly, winning 5 races, at Mexico City, Chicago, Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and the Charlotte Roval, all 5 on road or street courses. He was named the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year, the oldest driver to win that award since Andy Lally in 2011. But ovals were a different story entirely. In his first 6 oval starts of the 2025 season, van Gisbergen finished outside the top 35 times. His average finish across the first 14 oval races of that season sat at 26.6. The pattern fed a narrative that spread across podcasts, broadcasts, and fan commentary: he would win on the road courses and get lapped everywhere else. It wasn't a baseless jab, the numbers, for a long stretch, backed it up. Van Gisbergen did not dispute the difficulty. Reflecting on that rookie season, he described the oval learning curve directly: although it was a struggle, it was a good struggle to go through, and I feel like we grounded out and got better as a team together. He added, you go through that frustration, but no one's angry at each other that we have a lot to learn as a team. That admission, made near the end of his rookie year, is the low point the rest of this story builds from, a driver openly naming the gap between his road course dominance and his oval reality, with Northwest guarantee it would close. There is also historical precedent that made the skepticism reasonable. Road course-trained drivers crossing into oval-heavy series have, historically, struggled to fully close that gap, a pattern well understood inside the garage and by NASCAR media covering the sport. That context is why the doubt around van Gisbergen wasn't dismissed as unfair. It was treated as the expected outcome. And then, without most people tracking it closely, the numbers started to move. By late 2025, van Gisbergen secured his first oval top 10 finish at Kansas Speedway, followed by an 11th at Talladega Superspeedway and a 14th at Martinsville Speedway. Heading into his second full-time Cup season in 2026, driving the number 97 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing, the improvement kept building, quietly at first, then impossible to ignore. Atlanta, in February, produced a 6th-place finish, his best oval result at that point in his career. At the time, it registered as an outlier, a single strong week on a plate-style track rather than proof of a broader shift. Charlotte came next, at the Coca-Cola 600. On paper, van Gisbergen finished 11th, a result that looked unremarkable. But according to NASCAR Insights, his average running position that day was 7.81, and his number 97 Chevrolet ranked 7th on sheer speed and 6th on defense among the 39-car field. A slow pit stop had dropped him out of position late. Afterward, van Gisbergen addressed the gap between his pace and his finish directly: it was a decent day. I was just frustrated at the moment because our finishing position wasn't as good as we probably deserved. We ran pretty decent all day, but I just mucked up at the end. We had a bad pit stop, and then with the strategy, maybe we could have done better. He also acknowledged the broader area still needing work, saying of intermediate tracks, I'm still weak on intermediates. I think that's probably my lowest ranked track. Getting better at drafting ones, but intermediates, we're weak, I'm weak as a team. We really need to step up there. Nashville Superspeedway, in May 2026, delivered the moment the numbers had been building toward, his first top 5 finish in 64 Cup Series starts. He started 10th, ran near the front most of the day, and after a post-race scoring review, was officially moved up to 5th place, beating Chase Elliott to the line by 0.001 seconds and Tyler Reddick by 0.005 seconds. He also led 12 laps that day, a new personal best on an oval at the time, surpassing the 11 laps he had led the week before at Charlotte. Then came North Wilkesboro, on July 19, 2026, the true climax of this stretch. Van Gisbergen started 8th, took the race lead on lap 52 after passing Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, and championship point leader Denny Hamlin, and led a personal best 49 laps. He finished 5th, matching his career-best Cup finish and marking his first-ever top 5 on a short track. That result pushed his career total past 600 laps led, making him the 126th driver in NASCAR Cup Series history to reach that mark. It also widened his points cushion above the playoff cut line to 54 points with 5 regular season races remaining. That was the exact moment behind the radio call. Taking the lead from Hamlin, Van Gisbergen kept his number 97 team communications open and said, I'm leading. What the expletive do I do now? His crew responded, I don't know. Go straight. After the race, he expanded on the moment, when I took the lead I got pretty excited. I said, I don't know what to do. He also reflected on the overall result, it was cool to get the lead. I just wasn't good enough on the long run but had a lot of fun. Thanks, Wendy's and Trackhouse, everyone on the team did a great job. His crew chief, Stephen Doran, later addressed the lighthearted radio exchange directly, I think that's the MO of this team. We have fun with all of it. We try to stay light. There's a lot of inside jokes going on throughout the race between him, myself, Josh, the spotter. Just keep it fun. That's why we all do this, to have fun, win races. If a NASCAR story like this one is holding your attention, the next breakdown on this channel is going to dig into results just as deep, so make sure you're subscribed before it drops. The final layer of this story comes from inside Van Gisbergen's own race shop. Ross Chastain, a 5-time Oval winner and Van Gisbergen's teammate at Trackhouse Racing, addressed the shift publicly. Speaking to NASCAR.com, Chastain said, he just didn't do a lot of it in his past. He did some dirt track stuff, but no big concrete, big, steep banked asphalt, high-speed mile and a halves. I think he's just learned. He's a racer and puts the tire to the limit, and he's finding that limit. Steven is giving him the cars he needs. He pushes the gas. That quote carries added weight given what the results showed by mid-2026. Through 11 oval starts to begin the season, Van Gisbergen's number 97 team had produced 5 top 15 finishes, including a season-best 6th at Echo Park Speedway, and he was regularly finishing ahead of both Chastain, a proven oval winner, and rookie teammate Connor Zilisch, on oval weekends. That detail has not gone unnoticed by outlets covering Trackhouse Racing, some of which have used the phrase, elephant in the room, to describe how much of Van Gisbergen's remaining outside doubt now rests on oval results he continues to chip away at, race by race. The trajectory is documented step by step, a rookie season that started with 5 finishes outside the top 30 in his first 6 oval races, a public admission that the process was a struggle, a 6th-place breakthrough at Atlanta, a Charlotte run undercut by pit strategy rather than raw pace, a first career top 5 at Nashville, and a North Wilkesboro night where he led more laps than any prior oval start of his career, all backed by his own teammate publicly crediting the improvement as something he has simply learned over time. If this kind of fact-driven NASCAR breakdown is what you come here for, drop a comment with which race you want covered next, and share this with anyone who's been arguing about whether Van Gisbergen can actually run an oval. The numbers above settle that argument on their own.